Up to here, yesterday we have discussed about different forms of energy, and before that, when we started with this energy balance, so uh, you were introduced with some general terminologies. Then yesterday we have seen at various different forms of energy or definition which are involved in the. I told you that they are involved in energy balance equation. Later on, when you will apply energy balance, so those you have to include. So those were like kinetic energy, that's due to the motion, then potential energy, that's due to position somewhere or at height or anywhere in the gravitational mean field, and then there was internal energy. That was all type of energy except kinetic and potential energy are included in that. And then we said that these three types of energy, which is kinetic, potential and internal energy, they are linked with amount of material or movement of material, or some we can say with matter. But if some material transfer didn't take place, then still energy can be transferred from system to the surrounding or from surrounding to the system, and that takes place in the form of heat and work. And then we define the what is heat. Heat is actually transfer of energy from one place to other due to difference in temperature. Due to temperature gradient, when energy transfer takes place, that's called heat. And then there was work due to any other force except like this temperature difference. When there is energy transfer, that was named as a work. So I told you few convention that when by the way, can you tell me that when heat is transferred to the system, either it will be positive or negative?
Positive.
Negative.
Positive.
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 Yes, when it is transferred from surrounding to the system. For example, I told you that you have a pizza in oven, and if pizza is considered as a system, then heat is transferred to the pizza from surrounding, and that surrounding is anything except pizza inside that oven or element, everything, heating element, everything that is considered as a surrounding. Pizza is our system. So when heat was being transferred to it, it was like positive. And when I told you that you place a cup of tea somewhere on the table and now heat is transferred from cup of tea to the surrounding, that is negative. When heat is transferred from system to the surrounding, now our system is cup of tea, in that case it is negative. And then same applies to the work. When work is done on the system, it was positive, and when work is done by the system, it will be negative. Today at the end of the lecture, we will solve one problem in which this positive and negative sign will also be considered, or by looking at specific example, you can figure out either we have to take it as a positive or negative. You can apply that concept. Then after this, I told you that energy balance equation will be more or less similar as you have discussed already the material balance equation. So just before that here, you already know what is open closed system, and batch process is like closed system because you take some ingredient, place it somewhere, some reaction take place or not, but still that is closed, no flow of material. That was like batch system or closed system. And semi batch or open continuous system are considered as open because flow of material takes place. So overall energy mass balance equation you are already well aware of. I have just shown you here again because I will write the energy balance equation based on the similar concept which you already studied for material balance. So for material balance, if you remember, what was your equation? General, simple. Can anyone tell me complete equation of material balance?
Input plus
Accumulation is equal
Accumulation
to
equal input plus
input.
generation minus output minus consumption.
Yes, input plus generation minus output minus consumption. So that's here written with some more explanation. For example, if you look at the top here, it is mentioned that accumulation of material within the system, like same thing, accumulation from time t1 to time t2. For example, you start something, and after for example, there is a tank and you start pumping water at time 0, and after 1 hour you want to check, so it is from time t1 to time 0. So this accumulation is actually the simply the difference between material, final material in the system minus initial material in the system, and that was overall equal to that four terms which you already know that this that is equal to input. So first term in the next second row, if you see, that's total accumulated material flow into the system from time 1 to time 2. As I'm telling, they are written in the more explanation. Otherwise, this is simple input. Cumulative total, cumulative all, including all, mean for example, some stream consists of 2-3 mean type of materials. So if they are flowing 3 type, mean for example, if there was a gas and that gas consists of number of component, as you have seen some of the example of fuel, that there is a methane, ethane, propane, like this. So that's written total cumulative, mean including all which are flowing into the system. Or as well, for example, there are two stream, one is only methane, other is for example air that contain nitrogen and oxygen. So we will consider all of them as a total cumulative material flow in. Minus, he mentioned here, total cumulative flow material out. So this is in minus out, plus generation term minus consumption term. They are equal to accumulation, and accumulation is actually, what is this? This is the difference between initial and final material in the system. Okay, you know this equation already. So if we want to write now energy balance equation, that will be same everywhere where there is a term material or mass, that will be replaced with energy. So I can write energy balance equation in the similar fashion, like accumulation of energy in the system, that is equal to, actually that's equal to simply final energy in the system minus initial energy in the system. And that's further equal to, actually first term or in the first row, that's simple accumulation. But accumulation, you know that when we say accumulation, that's mean just difference between final and initial values, and they are further equal to actually how much something came into the system, total cumulative energy flow into the system, minus total cumulative energy flow out of the system. This is something energy flow in minus energy flow out, plus generation of the energy within the system minus consumption of energy within the system. So that's the similar way as you write material balance. But now look, when you studied material balance, there were two type of the system, reactive and non-reactive. Do you remember? So in case of non-reactive system, which two terms were neglected?
Consumption and generation.
Generation, consumption.
Yes,
And
consumption and
generation.
generation are neglected. I mean, in the similar way here, I mean, because when there is a reaction, we say that some material is being generated, like one of the molecule which was not part of maybe feed stream, now it is generated. And similar, if something is consumed, for example, methane burns, so burnt in the presence of oxygen, so we say that it is consumed. So you guys know that whenever these reactions take place, you know, some energy is released or sometime energy is added to the reaction. Do you know this thing? We call it as an endothermic and exothermic reactions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this generation and consumption term of energy here in the energy balance equation is related to those reaction systems. So I mean, in the reaction, for example, if reaction is exothermic, so that's mean exothermic means some energy will be released during this reaction. So that term generation will be there, generation of energy. That from where that energy comes, actually that energy comes from breaking of some bonds that is released to the to that system, in that system where reaction is taking place. As well, if some reaction is consuming energy, that you call it endothermic reaction. In that case, maybe you have to provide the energy. For new bond formations, more energy is needed as compared to the energy which molecules already have. So in that case, we have to provide energy, and we say that this is endothermic reaction. So these two terms, generation and consumption, they will not be included here in this chapter, which we are going to study overall for this all the contents of energy balance of this course, because they are covered actually only those systems where reactions are not involved. While you studied material balance, you studied both systems, like including without reaction and with reaction. But in energy balance, only we have to cover here. That's the only part of the syllabus which we have to study is without reaction. So it's mean whenever you will write here your equations, So last two terms for energy balance are not included. Only energy balance equation will be simplified, that accumulation of energy within the system is equal to total cumulative energy flow in minus total cumulative energy flow out. Okay. So this will be finally general equation for energy, like that accumulation is equal to input minus output, and as we have broken down accumulation here into two parts, like initially, as you can see in the top equation, that accumulation is actually final energy in the system minus initial energy in the system. That's the same thing. For example, as already you guys know that there, let's say there was 100, let's compare it with the material, because you already studied material balance in detail, you can easily figure out. For example, we say that there was 100 kg of water in a tank. Now I mean that was at initial time 100 kg. So after some time, I mean we were filling the material and also withdrawing at the same time. This was open system, and let's say I mean there was flow rate of 110 kg per minute, 110 kg per minute, and outflow was only 100 kg per minute. So is this steady state or unsteady state?
Unsteady state.
Unsteady state, because you are adding more amount and withdrawing less amount. So it's mean after each minute, because flow rate is 110 kg per minute inlet and outlet is only 100 kg, so in each minute there will be accumulation of 10 kg. So overall, if I say initial time at time 0 it was 100, and after 1 minute, that is time t2, how much will be the amount in the system? Initially at the start, for example, I'm saying it was 100, so and some input output was taking place, and after 1 minute I see that there will be 110. Why? Because I said that after each 1 minute 10 kg is become part of the system. So that's something, accumulation of 10 kg in this time, from time 1 to time 2, and I'm taking only 1 minute. For example, you guys take 10 minutes, so after 10 minutes actually this value becomes 200, because in 10 minutes 100 kg will be accumulated. So minus initial amount, which was 100, so it gives you the accumulation of 100, this value. So overall you can see that these values are overall final and initial value, and they give us the difference. So similarly for energy you can do these calculations, but for energy equation changes when you are applying equation on closed system, open system, steady state and unsteady state. For material balance, actually we took same equation and later we were actually modifying that equation when we were applying the balance on closed, open system, steady state and unsteady state. Always we have used to take the same general equation, that was accumulation is equal to input output and generation consumption, and then we used to modify. The same we have to do here, but here still before applying you can further modify the equation, because always when you will be starting from this very general equation, which is for energy balance here, you have to do a lot of simplification. So in order to avoid those, we are going to discuss few simplification now, so that you know that if I have to deal with the suppose closed system or open system, and either it is steady state or unsteady state, so I can directly pick the equation and can solve it, instead of this that I start with the general equation and then I derive the equation first for my system. So let's look at the first case, and that case is energy balance on closed system. I think in this lecture we will be discussing here energy balance on closed system for both steady state and unsteady state. So let's start here with the first one, that's the energy balance on like unsteady state system. So overall, when you look at the equation of the system, which is here general equation which was given to you, so at this one, as I said, we are not going to deal with the reaction system, so these two will be just vanished, like generation and consumption, they are not part of the system. then actually your equation will become accumulation is equal to final energy minus initial energy, and that's actually equal to total energy flow in minus total energy flow out. Look guys, whenever it is like closed system, will there be any flow of material?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
So
sir.
in closed system there is no flow of material, so it's mean there if I have to look at the one thing, okay, this is one thing when it is closed system, no flow of material. So when you look at these terms, total cumulative energy flow into the system, as I told you already that when you have seen in the last lecture there were 5 types of energy discussed. First one was kinetic energy, then there was potential energy, then there was internal energy, work, and heat. So look, if I wanna see that how much energy is coming into the system and how much energy is going out of the system, and when this is closed system, so can you tell me when I will look at this term of total cumulative energy flow in minus out, will I include kinetic, potential, and internal energy or not?
काइनेटिक तो शायद नहीं, पोटेंशियल और इंटरनल एनर्जी तो काउंट नहीं लेना चाहिए.
I'm repeating my question. Okay, let me speak in Urdu. Foreigners, please ignore this. So मैं ये कह रहा हूँ आप लोगों को कि आपके पास ये क्लोज सिस्टम है. क्लोज सिस्टम वो सिस्टम होता है जिसके अंदर कोई मटेरियल का फ्लो नहीं होता. अब जब मटेरियल का फ्लो नहीं हो रहा तो मैं आपसे इस टर्म के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ, ये टोटल कम्युलेटिव एनर्जी फ्लो इनसाइड द सिस्टम. अगर कोई मटेरियल फ्लो नहीं होता तो क्या एनर्जी ट्रांसफर हो सकती है स्टिल या नहीं? पहले इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर करो.
हो सकती है सर.
हो सकती है.
सर नहीं हो सकती. सर नहीं हो सकती.
जिन्होंने कहा है नहीं हो सकती तो वो पहले कल का लेक्चर सुने और फिर इस लेक्चर को अटेंड करें. अब जो कह रहे हो सकती है वो मुझे बताएं कैसे एनर्जी फ्लो होगा अगर मटेरियल ट्रांसफर नहीं होता तो.
सर फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम हीट की एग्जांपल ले लें तो ये गुड एग्जांपल.
सराउंडिंग से हीट.
Good. Heat and work, guys, look please. Yesterday I have explained it in very much detail. For example, let me repeat the again example of cup of tea. When you place the cup of tea in the room, is there any energy transfer to the surrounding or not from cup?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, heat is transferred. So either you spill tea over outside or not. How energy transfer takes place? Without spilling tea, without just moving tea out of the cup. If you just place full cup of tea on the table and if you come after 1 hour, either there is a change in temperature or not.
Yes sir, there is.
Yes, it is. The reason is yes, we are placing in the room, and in the room normally in the these are very common example of the life in which you know that inside the room temperature is less as compared to the cup of tea which we just freshly prepared. So in that case, its temperature will be high as compared to the temperature inside room. So when there is a difference in temperature, I told you yesterday, then energy transfer will take place, and then we call it, that's the energy in the form of heat. So heat is released from that cup. From this cup is our surrounding, and it is transferred to cup is our system, and heat is transferred from this system to the surrounding. So in that case, you see now from the cup we didn't move tea, just heat transfer is taking place somehow. Other example, other is energy is transferred without transferring material still in the form of work. How? There is an example or problem which we have to solve. Yes, Ji, sorry.
Melting of ice.
I'm talking about the work. For work, the simplest example or easiest one, which is, for example, you have compressed gas in a cylinder and there is a piston, and if you have put some weight on the piston and you just release that weight, then what happens if gas is pressurized? That push piston upward. Piston is pushed. This is yes, this is very common example which you studied I think many times in FSC. So when there is a pressurized gas and you have put some weight on that piston, when you will release the weight from piston will start moving. Why this happens? Because that gas, that is our system, that is doing some work on the surrounding is that piston now, that is being moved with the help of gas. So that's one thing. In this way now gas is, and this is such system that piston remains still, that is that system is such that piston does not go out of that vessel, piston still remains there, but it is pushed, that has some ability to move up and down inside that system. So in that case, now again gas is working on the surrounding, but material transfer is not taking place. Gas is not moving out of that cylinder in which it was. Gas is still there, but when gas pushes it, I think I have drawn yesterday one rough example of this, or that was something like this. It is a piston, and sorry, this is cylinder in which this is a piston. Here gas is filled, and when if gas is at high pressure and we just leave it as such, if we put here some weight, that weight will not allow it, because weight has something, it is pushing it down. But if we just release this weight, what happens? Actually gas push this piston upward. So now this is happening due to high pressure of the gas, and this is work on the surrounding by the gas. So guys, when it is closed system, still energy transfer can take place in the form of heat and work. These are two things where it can take place. So I was talking about closed system, and in this closed system I told you that you have to study in this closed system. There can be two, steady state and unsteady state, and the thing which I am going to talk about here is about unsteady state. So here total cumulative flow of energy into the system or out of the system will take place only in the form of what I wrote here, heat and work, Q and W. Either they are getting in, then it will be positive, and either it is by the system, then it become negative. So it depends, but overall there will be only in this case energy transfer to the system or from the system in the form of work and heat. The reason why I am not including kinetic potential and internal energy, because they are related to the material, and here when it is closed system there is no material transfer. Understand it now?
Yes, sir.
So still any confusion? Let me know. Otherwise, as I think one or two only of you answered it correctly, that here when I'm saying closed system, then heat transfer and work is the only way for energy movement or energy transfer in these systems. So overall I can simplify all this system, that final energy of the system minus initial energy, which we call it accumulation. So this accumulation is equal to net energy transferred to the system in minus out, and that is in the form of work plus heat. So overall you guys can see when there is a system, any system, let's look at this. For example, there was a gas initially in the cylinder, the thing which I have drawn here. Oh, sorry. This was gas. As I told you, the gas is already inside the system, so this gas will have any kinetic potential and internal energy or not. This gas is still inside the system, so there are the molecules, when we are saying gas, there is some mass of gas, so that will contain definitely kinetic energy, because you guys know that gas molecules are moving here and there. It will also have somehow potential energy if it is just above level of this above level of ground. But if it is on ground, you can say that there is negligible potential energy in this, but it will have as well internal energy. So at least some form of energy are there. So similarly, when it pushed this piston upward, although this piston moved, gas didn't go out of the system, so either it will have any kinetic potential and internal energy or not. Yes, it will have, but now its energy will be less as compared to the first stage. The reason, because now it has transferred some of its energy in the form of work to the piston. So overall you can write here that initial energy of the system is in the form of kinetic potential and internal energy as well. Final system energy will also be final kinetic potential and internal energy. And this already I also told you yesterday, that heat and work cannot be stored. Do you remember this? Somewhere we discussed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, heat and work cannot be stored. I told you, and I think one of the student asked one question at the end even that how this energy, maybe generation or that's then I explained that that is the conversion of energy from one form to other. But energy is stored in the molecules in these first three forms which are mentioned above: kinetic, potential, and internal energy. Work and heat are not stored. Actually, whenever you do the work on the system or work is done by the system, this that is conversion from any other form to the work, or work goes to this form of energy, these three. So due to this, he said when you look at or when you analyze state of the energy, final system energy or initial system energy, they are like they consist of these three terms: kinetic, potential, and internal energy. These are the only three type of energy which system can have, which gases can have, which that liquid can have. But any other thing which is being transferred, because this is only now closed system, so transfer will be taking place, this net energy transfer, that will be in the form of heat plus
Work and heat.
work. Yes, only these two. But later on, remember, later on when we will discuss open system, then definitely energy transfer will involve other terminologies also, because whenever suppose open system, any gas is entering to the vessel and at the same time this heat and work are also taking place, so all those terminologies will be included. But for time being, because I said we are going to start with the simplest system of the closed system, so in this case if you just simplify that heat energy balance equation, so that becomes this accumulation. Accumulation is actually change in the energy from final system energy minus initial system energy, that will be equal to net energy transferred, and that transfer is only in the form of Q plus W. Here you will be thinking that maybe only why not delta Q and delta W. So these also we studied somewhere, but not in that detail. These are two path function or state function. Do you remember something? It came somewhere. These are considered as a path function, heat and work. So they are not written in the form of delta. So they are just written in the form of Q plus W. For example, if that heat will be added to the system, it will be with the positive Q sign, and when it is released from the system, it will be with the negative Q sign.
Negative.
Because if you see, this is, we are saying net mean you have to include both terms inside this, either in the form of positive, negative. Similar will apply for the work. So in minus out, in, if it is in, then definitely it is positive, and if it is out, mean work is done by the system or heat is released by the system, then it is negative. So overall, mean that's same here, that what does these actually terms referred: U for internal energy, E for EK, because it is written here EK, kinetic energy, and I for in initial. Everywhere where I is written, it is for initial, and what is F refer to the final. Here it is written final, so don't need to confuse, just they are simple. Internal energy, that is represented with the symbol U. Kinetic energy, you can write it KE or EK as written here, or potential energy. So, and then there is heat and work. So if I put here all these values in the equation above, which was like this: final system energy minus initial system energies. So final system energy, which is kinetic, potential, and internal energy, and initial, if I put their values, guys, just look, and I just take their difference. I want to combine the similar terms. For example, if you will write final energy system, so this equation will be written there: EF plus EKF minus EPF minus initial system energy, then it will become minus UI minus EKI minus EPI. Okay, then what I did here, I just combined the similar term, like for example UF minus UI, EKF minus EKI, kinetic energy final minus kinetic energy potential, sorry, initial. Then there is potential energy final minus potential energy initial. So that's written same here, and that will be equal to net energy transferred in the form of Q plus W for this closed system. So this you can write in the form of delta, just difference between the final and initial. So delta is symbol, you commonly know that is used for something final minus initial. So it will be delta U, change in internal energy from final to initial, plus change in kinetic energy, plus change in potential energy, and that is equal to Q plus W. Are in your textbook, by the way, these are some of the equation are taken from the reference book, which is by Felder and other. This equation is also written in your textbook, that delta E. Overall, all these three terms can be combined and you can write it them as a, like change in overall energy, because it contains all three type of energies. 1 minute please. Okay guys, so clear about the general equation? Equation for the closed system. So here I was telling you that you can write all these three terms as a overall change in energy. When you say overall, that contains actually change in internal energy, change in potential energy, and change in kinetic energy, and that will be equal to Q plus W. Okay. So when you look at the closed systems, in closed systems, these values of change in potential, kinetic, and overall, as I said, in delta E, that contain three terms: internal energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy. And when you look at the closed system, in closed system, either heat is added or removed, work is done on the system or work is done by the system. Overall energy, as I told you, then will be stored in the form of kinetic, potential, and internal energy. And out of these three, even when it is closed system, you guys know that there is not much movement of the molecules, there is no change in the position. So which type of energy is mainly changing is the internal energy. Due to this, I mentioned here that in case of closed system, most of the time, out of these three, even change in potential energy and change in kinetic energy are mostly negligible. Mostly there is not much change, and only the changes when work is done or heat is added, that change only your internal energy of the system. So in overall, you can use this same equation. You can start with this same equation for the closed systems. Either they are like, okay, this which we are discussing is for unsteady state. But because I am saying that when energy is transferred or energy is removed from the system, that is stored or that is increasing or decreasing overall. Later on, I will discuss one case, I think, in which it is steady state. So what does that mean and how we have to modify this equation further. But you can start with this same equation and can solve the problem. So we will apply this equation, which is given here in the box. It's just your final equation for closed system with unsteady state. So yes, here it is for steady state system. So can you tell me what does closed system and at the same time steady state mean? Closed systems.
सर क्लोज सिस्टम मीन उसमें के कोई चीज ऐड नहीं हो रही मैथ वगैरह
mass transfer
Yes,
ना हो रहा
there is no mass transfer. Okay. So
Yes.
other like it is steady state for this energy balance, steady state closed system. So it's mean overall energy of the system remains same. Steady state. What was steady state in case of material balance? Do you remember?
Flow in is equal to flow out.
Accumulation.
Equal to flow out or flow
Yes.
out.
For example,
Accumulation
you guys, it is still, for example, we can consider there the example of open system for that, because here energy is flowing, there material flows, but with respect to material, this system is still closed. But in order to just give you example or to explain to you, you guys know that, for example, there was 100 kg of water in a vessel, and now your inflow is 10 kg and outflow is also 10 kg per minute. So in that case, will there be any change in the amount of the material? No.
No.
You call those system as steady state. And in those system, just observe. I said there was 100 kg, whatever it was, okay. Then I'm looking for the change, accumulation. So accumulation is zero actually in steady state system. And how that's zero actually whenever something inlet is equal to outlet. Do you remember this? So similar will be applied here. It is already closed system, so there is no energy coming in the form of kinetic potential and internal energy. We just discussed that energy transfer is only form of heat, which is Q and W. So
Work.
at the same time now it is steady state. So in case of steady state, if I just start with that same equation, as we are saying, it is closed system, steady state. So for closed system, first of all, this is our general equation, a complete equation. Okay. Now, when it is steady state, what about accumulation term?
Zero.
Zero. How it is zero? Because there is no change in, it is steady state. So there is no change in internal energy, potential energy, and kinetic energy. And when there is no change in any type of these energy, and these are used for storage of energy, because we already know that energy is not stored in the form of Q and W, that is stored in the form of kinetic, potential, and internal energy. And when we are saying it is steady state, it means system energy remains same. When it remains same, there is no change. There is no change. Guys, please remember, maybe some of you can confuse it, like sorry, saying there will be no energy. No, I'm not saying there will be no energy. There will be energy. There will be no change in energy in the system. So when there is no change, it means delta E is zero, and delta E consists of three terms: kinetic energy, potential, and internal energy. So all these changes will become zero. Okay. So when I put delta E is equal to zero, so general equation is just simplified, that Q plus W is equal to zero. What does this mean for closed system? Can anyone predict this equation? What does this equation say mean? Q plus W is equal to zero.
सर इसका मतलब ये अगर वर्क डन पॉजिटिव होगा तो जो हीट है वो
वर्क डन ऑन द सिस्टम वाला ही वो जो स्टेटमेंट थी वो
Okay, that's mean, okay, yes, all the work done is transferred to the heat, and that is just lost from the system because there is no accumulation. So all work done on the system is released as a heat from the system, okay, to the system and then from the system, because you can write it simply as a W is equal to minus Q, and minus Q, what does that mean? Minus Q is something when it is released from the system, heat is released from the system, and W positive is like that. But one thing interesting here is, like, okay, we are saying any work done is lost in the form of same amount of heat. But to tell you in reality, I mean, for example, if we look at its inverse or just opposite is like all heat added to the system is equal to the work done by the system. Can I write it like simply Q is equal to minus W?
Yes.
At least I can write
Yes,
this
sir.
equation. There is no problem. Yes, we can write the equation simply. This is equation Q plus W is equal to 0. So we can write Q is equal to minus W. So when I write it Q is equal to minus W, Q is positive. Amount of heat added to the system will be equal to work done by the system. But in reality, in real systems, in our in this real world, This is not true, because any amount of heat you add to any system is not completely converted to the work. I think you guys know this concept somehow, somewhere you study that all the amount of energy in the form of heat which you add to any system, that is not converted to the work completely. There are some losses, and those losses are in the form of various, I mean, for example, there is a noise, there is overheating of the system, and so on. So for this I can give you example. For example, you guys know that there is a engine of car. So we know all these types of engine, they are not 100% efficient. And what does that term mean, 100% efficient? It's mean all the amount of energy which you are adding or which you are just giving to the system is not converted to the work. Do you know this concept, or is new for you everything?
Sir, can you repeat what you just said?
Okay, just leave it, guys. This is second law of thermodynamics, in which that says that all the amount of heat added to any system is not converted to the work completely. In the equation you can see that Q will be equal to minus W, but in reality, in real system, in the real world, this is not the case. This is not possible that all the
Efficiency
amount
100% नहीं हो सकती है
yes,
इसलिए
good efficiency is
जी
not
सर, ये
100%.
पढ़ा हुआ है.
That's simple. Yes, this conclusion. So I'm giving you here, telling you this based on this equation, that you can see that in this equation Q is equal to minus W, or W is equal to minus Q, based on equation for closed system steady state. When you look at the equation, this seems possible, but I'm just telling you, in reality this is not possible. If this thing become possible in the reality, then it will become, I mean, our life will become very easy for us. But still there are some losses. Efficiency is not 100% for the processes. Okay, so let's look at these few systems which are closed system, and we have to identify either they are steady state or unsteady state. Can you look? First of all, they are closed. When I say closed system, is there any transfer of material?
No, sir.
Guys, no, there is no transfer of material.
No, sir.
Only
No, sir.
yes, but I am saying this is steady state closed system, and with respect to energy. So if it was like steady state, when by the way, this term is specifically for energy balance, because in case of material balance you can't say something is steady state and at the same time closed. That's because you know that is closed, so it will remain same. But in energy balance, definitely energy still can be transferred in the form of Q and W. So just look at this first diagram, in which what you can see here, there is addition of the heat. Q in is equal to 10 kilojoule in the system. Can you see that heating water in a closed vessel with a heat loss to the surrounding?
Yes,
You
sir.
just
Yes,
add
sir.
the heat, and then Q in is equal to 10 kilojoule, and same amount of heat is transferred out of the system, that is also equal to minus 10 kilojoule. So when you will look at the equation, that was this is steady state. It's mean there should be no accumulation of energy, and when there is no accumulation of energy, it's mean change in amount of energy. Delta E will become equal to 0. We just studied. Okay, when delta E is equal to 0, actually all the amount of energy added to the system in the form of heat is released either in the form of heat or in the form of work. And here he said that all the amount of energy added to the system is similar amount will be released with the negative sign, because this is being added, so it is positive, and it is released is negative. Look at the second example. There is a piston. This is cylinder in which there is some gas, and then there is a piston. What you guys are doing, you are working here. 5 kilojoule work is done on the system. Your system is gas, so when you do work on the system, that is with positive sign. And this 5 kilojoule. Now this can change internal energy, but what happens here, when you do this 5 kilojoule work, this is released in the form of Q from this system, and that will be with negative sign. Yeah, it is amount of heat is released. So overall change in energy in this system is again 0. And let's look at the last example here. You are heating somewhere, there is like a heater or oven, you can say, in which there is a heater, electric resistance heater. So you supply electric energy and you produce heat here. Electric energy is converted to heat, and what you are doing during this, you are adding 7 kilojoule of work in this system. and that is lost in the form of energy. And when it is lost in the form of heat, that is -7. So in this case, still again it will be like steady state, though there is no change in internal energy. But look at these systems. As mentioned above, they are unsteady. So what do you expect? Will there be any accumulation of energy in the system or not?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yeah, that accumulation can be positive, negative, both, but here he has mentioned all positive accumulation. So let's look at first example again. You added initially 10 kilojoule of heat to this system, but what you did, you removed only 2 kilojoule. So in and out are not equal. So in this case, there will be difference of 8 kg, and where that 8 kg will go, that will be stored inside this system, like that will increase either kinetic potential or internal energy of this system. Okay, similarly when you look at next, what is happening in next case, can anyone explain?
सर 5 किलो जॉल जो वर्क हो रहा है वो के उसके अंदर ही स्टोर हो गया इंटरनल एनर्जी की शक्ल में, कि जो पहले जो जब हमने स्टडी पढ़ा था उसमें तो 5 किलो जॉल हीट रिलीज होगी थी, लेकिन इसमें नहीं हुई.
Yes,
इसलिए
good. In this case, there is a change in internal energy, which is positive 5 kilojoule, because as he said, good. So it is 5 kilojoule work is done, that is positive, and there is no main out. You can't see any outstream, like in the form of either work or in the form of like heat. So that is stored inside system. And in the last example again, where you are working same 7 kilojoule work is done with the help of electric heater. So in that case, still that's, as he said, at the top you can see that it is insulated container. So when it is insulated, it becomes adiabatic. Adiabatic, and in this case you can see that maybe some of you can get confused. So in adiabatic there is no in or out of the heat, because heater is already inside this system. So you are providing electric current and heat was being generated. So that 7 kilojoule heat is just accumulated in the system, and there is no loss of heat from this system. So when there is no loss, so that 7 kilojoule will be accumulated. So up to here we have discussed, if I summarize, just simple general energy balance equation, and then there is with that energy balance. So guys, wait a Okay, did you read the question? Hello? Anyone understand it?
No, sir.
You didn't understand. Okay, no problem. Right, look, let me read it for you and quickly explain to you, and we will solve this problem and then it's done. So a gas is contained in a cylinder fitted with a movable piston. Up to here, I think you can easily get it. As there is a cylinder at the bottom of this slide, you can see that there is some cylinder and it is fitted with the piston, and it has some piston which is movable. So the initial gas temperature is 25 degrees C. Here, this system is at 25 degrees C initially. Then what we do, the cylinder is placed in a boiling water with a piston held in a fixed position. What you do, you take this gas cylinder which contains some gas and it was at 25 degrees C. You place it in a boiling water bath. So when water is boiling, and you place this water boils at what temperature? At which temperature?
100 degrees.
100 degrees C. So it
100
is at,
centigrade.
yes, 100 degrees C, and it is at 25 degrees C. So what will happen? Either any heat transfer will take place or not.
Yes.
Sir, equal हो जाएगा temperature.
Yeah, good. So heat will start transferring to this gaseous system, but he said during this process there is no change in the position of piston.
सिस्टम क्लोज कर दिया उसने सर.
Yes, good. System is totally closed. So here system is already closed and its already position also remains fixed. So we are just not even allowing it to move. So it remains at this. Okay, heat in the amount of 2 kilocalorie is transferred to the gas. Overall, mean heat starts transferring, and when you calculate overall 2 kilocalorie heat is transferred, which equilibrates at 100 degrees C and a higher pressure. So what happens, guys, now when you start adding heat to any gaseous system, its temperature will start rising. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
And when temperature is rising, I already told you yesterday that for these gaseous system, at the same time pressure will start increasing. So what gases do mainly, they will push that piston upward, but we have fixed the piston. So what will happen?
होगी.
Yeah, so it expands,
Sir,
but in this case we are not allowing it to expand. It remains in the same position. So in this case, energy is just being stored inside this, which is being added in the form of heat that is being stored inside this system. And at the end of the day, when he said it becomes equal to the 100, because outside when there was 100 in the boiling bath, it will become 100 for this gas cylinder. I mean, we keep it for a long time. When temperature become equal, like for outside water it is 100, and for gaseous contents inside cylinder it becomes 100. And as he said, it is at higher pressure. He didn't mention what our pressure is. The piston is then released. This was first stage. After that, what you did initially, you took it at 25 degrees C, you start heating it up to 100 degrees C, and piston position was same. But what he did in the next stage, the piston is then released. You just this is some weight on the piston. If you will just remove this weight, what will happen? Piston will start moving upward. Why? Because now the gas is here pressurized. That gas will start pushing piston upward. There, due to, as someone said, that due to expansion of the gas, now gas will start expanding because we have removed that weight. And the gas does okay, the piston is then released, and gas does 100 joule of the work in moving the piston to its new equilibrium position. This gas will start moving this piston unless it reaches to some new equilibrium position where it will be held without putting the weight. You can keep it as such. So that how much work is done on the piston?
100 joule.
100 joule. Will it be positive or negative?
Negative.
Yes, good guys. Negative.
Negative,
Everyone
sir.
is saying negative because this is work done on by the system on the surrounding, which is piston, and to its new equilibrium position, the final gas temperature remains 100 degrees C. That is still 100. You have done this, means some work of 100. And another thing here, heat in the amount of 2 kilocalorie is transferred to the gas. Will it be positive value or negative?
Positive.
Why?
Because heat transfer to the system.
Yes,
heat transfer to the system.
Okay, guys, good. So write the energy balance equation for each of 2 stages of this process. So you know what are these 2 stages. First stage, in which temperature was raised from 25 to 100 by keeping the piston at same position. In the second stage, we just allowed the piston to move upward, so but temperature remains same in that case. And in each case, solve for the unknown energy term in the equation. In solving this problem, consider the gas in the cylinder to be the system. We already know that gas which was in the cylinder is our system. Neglect the change in potential energy of the gas as piston moves vertically. Do you understand this one?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, look. He said you have to because some of you can think, okay, when our gas is just expanding, now it has moved upward from its original position. So he said there is no change in
Height change होगी ना sir,
yes,
इसलिए
because
potential energy.
yes, good. So here he said this is negligible change in the height, so just ignore that potential energy. Understand, Hasib? So he is saying this second, when the second stage, when there is expansion of the gas, so you can think that there is a change in height of the gas, so there is, that's negligible. He said just ignore that potential energy change and assume that gas behaves ideally. I mean, this another ideal gas behavior you have to consider. Express all energies in joule. Here he mentioned something in joule, something in kilocalorie. So whenever we have to solve, we have to report answer in joule. So let's solve for first stage. What was first stage? That you have to heat. I have drawn here for you, like this was the gas in the piston, in this cylinder with a closed piston that was at 25 degrees C, and we place it in some water bath, and at the end of the day what happens, 2 kilocalories heat is added to the system, and due to addition of this heat, by keeping the piston at same position, 2 kilocalories heat is added. Okay, so that's the main in the first stage. Overall, you heat it up from 25 to 100 degrees C, and piston remains in the same position. So for the closed system, this energy balance equation, because this is overall closed system, there is no movement of gas, only energy transfer is taking place in the form of Q and W. We have just studied the statement. So I can write the overall general equation for this system. That was for closed system, you should write it, because at the moment you know either it is steady or unsteady state, so you should write complete equation. If you know that it is steady state, then you can ignore other terms. But for here, I think for both parts I have written complete equation, so that I can explain it to you why other terms are ignored. So overall, we just studied that it was delta E is equal to Q plus W, and delta E consists of change in internal energy, change in potential, and change in kinetic energy. That is equal to Q plus W. Look, guys, when you started adding heat in this system, so is there any change in kinetic energy?
No, sir.
Because as I think a few minutes back I told you that in most of these closed systems, the change in internal and potential energy is negligible, that is ignorable. Zero. Yeah, yes. So due to this, I mentioned here delta KE is equal to 0, delta P is also equal to 0. But you know that when you were adding the heat in this system, that is you started from 25 degrees C, and finally this has raised to the 100 degrees C. So is there any change in internal energy? Yes, definitely. Heat is being stored here, and when you have neglected two terms, when you have neglected two terms, kinetic and potential energy is definitely stored here, because we are adding the heat, and 2 kilocalories heat has entered to this system, and that has raised its temperature. So when there is a change in temperature, remember, actually there is mostly change in internal energy. So here change in internal energy will take place, so that term will not be neglected. Everyone is clear about this? Please, I have just discussed left hand side of the equation. I said we will ignore kinetic energy, we will ignore potential energy, because there is no change in such things in most of the closed system. They are, in closed system, they are negligible. So I can directly write them as I already discussed when I was deriving or discussing the equation. So only this, when you are raising the temperature from 25 to 100, what change is only internal energy. So delta U will remain there. Let's look at the other side of the equation. So is there any addition of the heat to the system or leaving of heat from the system? Q will be there or not?
Yes.
Yes, definitely Q will be there, because heat is being added, so it will stay there, and Q is only positive. Positive Q will come, negative Q is not there, because when we have to look at both in minus out, so only in is taking place. What about W? Any work is taking place here, or work
No,
done?
sir.
Yes, good.
No,
so
sir.
W is also 0. So due to this reason, I said here W is also 0. Kinetic and potential energy change are 0. So your equation is just left over as delta W is equal to Q. Got it? So this delta U, now, because this is our equation, and in this equation, we wrote initial complete balance equation. Out of those, few terms were ignored, and as he said that you have to write the energy balance equation and calculate those which are unknown. So what is unknown here is change in internal energy. So we can calculate that, because we know value of Q, and Q was 2 kilocalories. So I can say only delta U is equal to 2 kilocalories, but as he said, you have to report answer in joules, so I have done just simple conversion. from kilocalories to calories and then calories to joule. And your answer is change in internal energy is actually 8370 joule. Understand?
सर ये वर्क कैसे जीरो होगा?
जी सर.
Is there any movement of piston?
No displacement covered.
बिल्कुल सर, कोई मोशन नहीं है
No,
पिस्टन की.
जिसने पूछा है ना उसको बोलने दो, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कोई पिस्टन की मूवमेंट है?
जी थोड़ी सी तो हो रही है ना?
कोई नहीं हो रही, बिल्कुल भी नहीं हो रही. कैसे हो रही है, आपको कैसे पता चला? डायग्राम को देख,
नेग्लिजिबल उधर लिखा था. नहीं डायग्राम को नहीं देख के क्वेश्चन को देख के
यार
नेग्लिजिबल.
क्वेश्चन को देख के नहीं ना, क्वेश्चन में लिखा हुआ है इट रिमेन्स इन अ फिक्स पोजीशन, कहीं नेग्लिजिबल नहीं लिखा हुआ. सेकंड लाइन पढ़ो, पता लग गया? हेलो.
यस सर.
हाँ बस अब ठीक है, यही उसका रीजन है कि वो वर्क नहीं हो रहा. Okay, second stage. Look, in the second stage, he said that temperature remains same, but now piston moves. As you guys studied the question, in that he said that this piston expands and 100 joule work is done by the gas, and it reached to some new equilibrium position, and temperature remains same. He mentioned this in the question. I have just drawn diagram based on that. That when it was at 100 degrees C and one piston position, you just release this weight which was placed on this. When you will release it, 100 kilojoule work is done. And due to this reason, I asked you that it will be negative. I mentioned here work negative 100 is done and temperature remains same overall per system. So for this, when I will write this part, I will write complete equation, and in this equation, is there any change in kinetic energy? No. Potential energy change, he said you have to ignore it, although there was some small change in height, but as he said already in the question, so we have to ignore it. There is change in potential energy is also zero. In this question, in this case, actually change in this case, second stage, change in internal energy will also become zero, because I just told you, and yesterday we also discussed, but there this point was not mentioned, that there is no change in temperature. And for ideal gases, this internal energy depends only on temperature. In normal case, this depends on two things, volume and temperature, but in ideal gases, a change in internal energy depends on temperature, and in this case temperature remains 100. So when it remains 100, this term will also become zero. So overall you are left with what? Q and W. So now overall what will happen here, heat content of this system or you can say that when this work takes place, so change in Q will be taking place in this system, so that Q plus W is equal to 0. And when this system is doing work of 100, that was negative, so you will just put it here instead of work, that is 100 minus 100 joule. So value of Q in this case will be equal to 100 joule. This will be about the second stage, and that's the missing term which you have to calculate Q, and in the first there was, I think, delta C. So that's up to here. We are done with this. Okay, 1 minute, just let me mark the attendance, because already it's 12:15. So all those who want to leave can leave, and others, if you have any questions, you can stay